Okay, so this is Metagoblin, WoW Gold website. Expose the disgusting truth. He's launched this 9 days ago, so somebody linked this video to me in Discord and said to watch it. But I know I'm going to get pissed off, right?
So I've been lucky enough to interview one of the biggest gold selling and boosting websites on the market right now, Overgear. I think we've always wondered just how big the RMT world is, like just how much of these
if you haven't watched these videos before, he does a very good job of showing just how massive the gold selling market is. Like literally millions and millions of dollars are being made off of gold.
It's making. The industry combined is making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions. Every month.
That's straight out the mouth of a gold selling website. To put this in perspective, guess how much money World of Warcraft exclusively made for Activision Blizzard in the first quarter of 2023? Well, it's $172 million.
So potentially the gold market is bigger.
Is easily 5 times as big as that. The industry is bigger than entire game development and publishing companies. It's bigger than CD Projekt Red, bigger than Bethesda.
We were kind of, I'm not kidding you, we were half joking on stream that I feel like I'm just done with Classic and I could just learn how to make these bots and just make a computer that does nothing but run bots. Like I'm at that point where I just feel like throwing my hands up and saying, you know what, let's just let a computer run and, check once a day to make sure all the bots are running properly and then just let it run. I have no idea how to do it though. Like absolutely no idea.
They're bigger than BioWare. They're even bigger than Greg's. For the NA brains out there.
What the fuck is Greg's? This has got to be, for all of us NA brains.
Greg's is the biggest bakery takeaway brand in the UK. Actually, that's totally incorrect. At this point, it's probably a religion. Like, we really love a Greg's over here. You can even buy their uniform.
Is this his sponsor for the video?
Shops. I just find it crazy how the RMT underworld is making more revenue than big brand companies. Overgear themselves, on average, get 9 million gold per day, and that's just on Raffleitkin Classic on US
9 million gold a day.
So really, it's no surprise, as that's just one company.
So you can add it up very quickly and figure out how much in dollars and cents that is.
Companies selling one product. They also do boosts and raid loot runs. In fact, Mongoose, a marketing staff member at Overgear who agreed to do the interview with me, has full out come correct and revealed everything there is to know about how...
do we read this? Best product of gold and other currencies in different games from the beginning, blah, blah, blah. We are very different from other sites. Wait, what site is this? From Overgear.
Has full out come correct and revealed everything there is to know about how this company set itself up and functions daily, from how many staff members they have to
170 staff members he said he had. That's crazy.
Their security measures. So without further ado, it's time to take a deeper insight into the inner workings of a gold selling website.
Get prepared to be angry here. Metagoblin driving around in a Beamer, man. From Wipeout Audio, it sounds like Miami Vice.
As I said in my previous video, they would not speak to me, but they did write down answers to my questions. Luckily, Cheddar is returning with her lovely voice to voice act for us. She streams Raffleitkin Classic on Twitch very regularly. I'll leave that linked in the description. Now, there are many aspects to Overgear. This is a full, legit company with offices and even a health insurance program for staff members.
What?
Today, we have 170 employees on staff, including development and testing, customer care, operations and sales, and marketing teams. More than 3,000 boosters and teams, including guild from world first races and some of the top PvP players in the world.
Most of our staff members work remotely in 15 countries around the world. They also have offices in Class A business centres thanks to a British investment fund. He goes on to talk about how there's free cookies, coffee, pizza on Fridays, corporate events, along with courses and training paid
Hey, I'm looking for a job actually, like free pizzas on Fridays?
for by the company. He also mentioned that there's a masseuse for some reason. Apparently, if you're having a stressful week of selling World of Warcraft gold, you can go and get a professional massage. As you can see, this is a fully legit company, making profit, paying staff, paying their taxes, and this is fully legal. And this is what I find crazy about it. How can a company make this much money?
How is it that it's legal for them to sell gold? I'm not saying that it shouldn't be, but it's not legal for me to sell my account. Like, we can, but if I sell my account, I guess because Blizzard's got it in their, in their agreement that if, anything in-game is their property. So if that's the case, I was kind of curious. How are they, how can they make it illegal? We're renting the account, basically. So we're selling the people gold that they're renting.
Set up this much infrastructure by essentially
it's only the
exploiting
account?
the virtual world that a game developer has created. I know it's a made-up world, but they are making profit by nefariously capitalizing on a different company's product, and in the process, making that product worse. I know Blizzard make enough money as it is, but it should be illegal to make money by making another product worse and reducing another company's profit. Because let's be honest, how many people are just totally done with World of Warcraft because of all the bots and people selling gold? By the way guys, these videos do genuinely take a good 50 to 100 hours to make, so I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe to the channel. The more that people do subscribe, the more that I can put more effort into making big videos like this, and I don't have to worry about the algorithm demons. But anyway, let's move on. I was also curious about how a company like this sets themselves up.
For the first year of the company's life, we were just resellers. We bought from larger marketplaces and sold on our own. We also developed our own marketplace so that other sellers, teams, and guilds, or even entire business teams, would start working on it.
So started off by reselling other websites' gold, and then eventually progressed into doing everything themselves, including boosting services. Boosting will also get its own episode, as they've definitely...
See, you know what the problem with boosting and Ryan's? This is what I hate about boosting, is people go and buy gold from these bots. Say they buy whatever it is, 20, 40, 50,000 gold, and then they immediately give it back to the bots to boost them. So, it's the best business, model in the world. People are basically giving you back the money that they just purchased for you to, you do a service that's automated for you because it's run by bots, basically. It's not even a person controlling the character 99% of the time, and you're just giving the service back. It is legitimately ingenious. Somebody teach me how to run a bot and not get caught, please.
Me enough information.
No, not one bot, 100 bots. All right, let's get this going.
For me to do.
And just for the record, I hate bots. I absolutely hate bots.
That is interesting how they have guilds who have won world first races as their clients, as people who actually work for them and do the boosts. If anyone has any information on the boosting side of the RMT world, please feel free to message me on Discord.
Wait, who's won a world first? So there's people that are in world first guilds that are actually working for these companies as well? Oh, arena boosting. Oh.
Because that would be...
Wait, hold on. That's not what he said.
It's interesting how they have guilds who have won world first races as their clients, as people who...
Oh, as their clients. As people that are buying the gold. Yeah, I mean, obviously, look at the dude in the top right-hand corner. I mean, he's never denied that he buys gold. Same as other people that stream, right? Or that are doing all these guilds or like runs and stuff like that. Like a lot of these top guilds openly admit that they buy gold. Yeah, Blizzard doesn't do anything about it. Like, what would happen if Blizzard suddenly like looked at some of these guilds and said, "Hey, this guy suddenly got 50,000 gold from these bots," and it was or like 10 different people in one guild and just banned them the day of the raid. Like, could you imagine?
Actually work for them and do the boosts.
Can you imagine if Blizzard actually fell through with their threats? These guys would quit. I mean, do they need to though? Like, they're all doing GDKPs and stuff, man. What do they even need to buy gold for anymore? But the guys that are legitimately buying gold, yeah, they should be banned. Blizzard should take names, and the day that the raid launches, boom, immediately just massively ban people. You know how you would probably have a bunch of them quit, but it would serve them right, honestly. Blizzard's just too chicken. You continue on with the word to actually follow through and do it.
If anyone has any information on the boosting side of the RMT world, please feel free to message me on Discord. My Discord is always in the description too, because that would be very, very useful. Now, Overgear claims they have a process to ensure that they don't use gold farmed from bots. Firstly, they made the argument that it's actually less...
Wait, what? How do you ensure that? How would you ever be able to ensure that? Like, I'm sure they say that, but to me, that's a sales pitch. Like, that's them saying, yeah, you can trust us. Like, come buy gold from us instead of those other sites because we can ensure that the gold that we're getting is not farmed from bots. If they're taking gold that is being sold to them, where's that meme of that dog? You know, that wiener dog or whatever that is like, really
profitable to get gold from these kinds of sellers. They can actually make more by reselling gold.
GDKP leaders selling it. But is that enough to supply the entire market though, man? The entire market? I get that a bunch of, like, if you guys want to be blown away, I think there's a video out there somewhere of how much GDKP leaders make by just running GDKPs over and over again and making shit tons of gold and then selling it. If you want to like understand how much they're selling it for real life money. So these dudes that are running like 10, 12, 15 GDKPs a week or whatever, they're doing it for money. They're doing it for real life money, and that is it.
Give to them. They usually get the gold from farmers from less developed countries, where the individual seller will be happier with a cheaper sale, because in their country it will be worth more money.
Bot software contains a lot of anti-detection and costs a lot of money. There are only 2 good software programs.
Oh, what are they? I gotta download them.
That are available for purchase.
Which one?
And several teams and companies that have their own self-written products. The available programs can be purchased on the darknet or from specialized sites.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
Will come out cheaper, but you will still have to sell about $100,000 worth of gold before the investment pays off.
Wait, $100,000 worth of gold? Wait, what? I think that's got to be that can't be $100,000. Maybe she means 100,000 gold, but $100,000? Like, that doesn't sound right.
Software implies that farming gold will go to several machines. At a minimum, it makes sense to use at least 5 to 10 accounts at a time. You can use farming in more...
I'll use 20. If we can figure this out, I'll use 5 to 20, or 5 to 10. Big gold selling... Yeah, I know they make a lot, but she was suggesting... Listen to the beginning part of this. She was saying that it's going to cost you like $100,000 worth of money to break even. So you have to start off with $100,000. I don't think that sounds right.
Because in their country, it will be worth more money.
Bot software contains a lot of anti-detection and costs a lot of money.
So this Benetto I've heard of before. I think
There are
Metagoblin made a video about making a bot using this software and showing that it's actually quite easy. And you basically, I guess you have to pay for the software and then you have to pay for the bot, like the bot itself, like the one that you're running. But it's not $100,000. So I'm not sure where the $100,000. I think that was honestly just a mistake. I think she means 100,000 gold.
are only two good.
Which, if one bot is making like 5,000 gold a day or something like that, and you're running that's not taking very long, man. That's not taking very long.
Software programs on the market right
Here,
now
she says it
that
here.
are available for purchase, and several teams and companies that have their own self-written products. The available programs can be purchased on the darknet or from specialized sites. Darknet will come out cheaper, but you will still have to sell about $100,000 worth of gold.
Yeah, I think she means 100,000 gold, not $100,000 worth of gold. Because $100,000 worth of gold, I don't know how much is it. How much is it on G2G right now? I have no idea, but I'm guessing it's probably like stupid low. Like Ryan's, you might know. Is $2 per thousand or something stupid like that? $2 per thousand? Hold on. So if it's $2 per thousand, sorry, it's really late at night. Like that just seems insane. 15 bucks for 10K. So it's not even $2 per thousand? Oh my God. So it's 5K is 10 bucks. So it's let's call it $2 per 1,000. So you need to sell $50,000. Hold on. Am I doing this right? 50,000 times 10. Am I doing this right? 500 million worth of gold in order to break even? I think that's wrong. I think she means 100,000 gold in order to break even. Yeah, 100K is 192 bucks. Okay. So, and that sounds more reasonable to what the previous video Metagoblin did, where he's talking about how, you know, the Benetto software costs like 15, whatever it was. And then like to buy the actual botting software, it costs like, I don't know, another like 30 bucks or something like that. So you're only paying like 45 bucks for the botting software. And, you know, there's some other expenses, but it wasn't 100,000. And then you just pay for the accounts. So yeah, I think that's a miss.
Or the investment pays off. Software
Anyways.
implies that farming gold will go to several machines. At a minimum, it makes sense to use at least 5 to 10 accounts at a time. You can use farming in multiple accounts on one computer, but then it multiplies the hardware requirements. Amounts and setup of bot farms is comparable, but not identical, to the price tag of a mining farm setup.
You will still be surprised just
Wait, what? Hold on. A mining farm setup?
Computer, but then it multiplies the farm. It makes
Let's go back
sense
here a bit.
that farming gold will go to several machines. At a Darknet will come out cheaper, but you will still have to sell about $100,000 worth of gold before the investment pays off. Software implies that farming gold will go to several machines. At a minimum, it makes sense to use at least 5 to 10 accounts at a time.
So you could run 5 to 10 accounts at a time on one machine quite easily, right? Like that. Like you can even do it with more, right? You can run a lot more. So, you're probably on a beefy machine. Yeah, like if you've got a 4080 or something like that, which I mean, if you're actually legitimately going after this and you're running a 4080 or 4090, which is Canadian, is like 2,700 bucks or something like that. American, I think it's sitting around 2,000. I'm guessing, I estimate. And you're running like 20 accounts at $15 a month, or let's say 10, so 150. So let's say $300 a month for your accounts. Like, how fast are you going to get that gold? Pay that off with gold. Like you're going to be sitting in the profit like very fast.
You can use farming in multiple accounts on one computer, but then it multiplies the hardware requirements. Amounts and setup of bot farms is comparable, but not identical, to the price tag of a mining farm setup.
You will still be surprised just how poor certain countries are in the world compared to the West. But as far as I can see, they really don't have a way to fully know the true source of the gold. Obviously, we now know that this gold is very likely from bot farmers and the GDKP scene.
As a rule, it is easier and often cheaper to buy gold from India or other regions where the wages are low. This type of business is practiced worldwide by utilizing cheap labor to produce, or in this case farm, the same product.
In the interview, they also stated how they don't sell botted gold, but
cheap labor? Like, aren't you just like from what I understand, it's not even people like in poor countries. Like, you got people in North America that are setting up machines with like 40 bots running on it. Like, this is no longer China is the cause of the bots. That's where it started. But now you got people all over the world that are realizing, hey, what the hell? I can make $10,000 in a month selling gold? Like, that's not a bad wage for like NA or EU standards. You were thinking of doing it. I'm thinking, hey, I just don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to do it, man. I have no idea how to do this.
Also say they use their own bots to farm gold for their own internal needs. I guess that's to farm gold for game time for their seller accounts. I mean, make of that what you will. But the most striking thing that they said is they haven't been banned on a single account, a single seller account, for 2 years.
Okay.
They've not had any gold.
Do you remember when I used to talk on stream about how I would not be surprised if Blizzard was like deliberately, like, they're lying. They are outright lying about how many bots they're banning. Like, it's literally they're banning none. It's just a PR thing. Like, who's to prove? Like, how do you prove when Blizzard comes out and says, yeah, we banned 70,000 bot accounts? You ever go out into the world and be like, oh, they just banned 70,000 bot accounts, and then go out into the world and you see bots all over the place? Like, they're still in the regular place. Like, you have no way of proving that Blizzard's actually done this. And second of all, I used to joke about this, but now I actually, you know what? I'm conspiracy theorying the shit out of this right now. What was to stop Blizzard before the WoW token came out from selling gold on sites like G2G, creating accounts on G2G and just filling accounts with gold and selling to people on the sites? Because you know what? You know what is a really easy way to ban people that buy gold? Because I know people that have been banned for buying gold, but I don't know anyone who's run bots. I don't know many people. I don't know if I know anyone that runs bots. But I don't know of anyone that actually knows of bots that have been banned. And now we outright have a company that's saying they've never had one banned, right? They've never had one banned. Who's to say that Blizzard isn't just selling gold and then keeping a log of all the people that actually bought gold from them, from these accounts that they make on G2G, and then just banning those accounts? They don't even ban you. They give you like a little 3-week slap on the wrist. Yeah, a gold seller account, not a bot. Like, I'm actually talking about, like, they make an account on G2G and sell you directly the gold on G2G to people that are buying gold. They don't need to farm the gold. They just make it, like, have a GM command to increase the amount of gold on a certain character and then sell it to you. Like, yeah, they don't need the bots at all. They just generate they just generate the gold on a character in game, and then when somebody goes onto G2G and buys gold from a Blizzard account on G2G, they just sell the gold to the person. Like, why? Prove to me that Blizzard isn't doing that. Prove to me that Blizzard isn't doing this.
Gold refund.
And I tell you what, if Blizzard is doing this, or they deny that they're doing it, how are they going to prove that they're not doing it? They can't. The same as when they say that they're banning 70,000 accounts. There's no proof that they've done this. And there's no evidence. Because you can go into the world and see that there's You can immediately go to like wherever Scarlet Monastery and still see ridiculous amount of bots. I dare you to try it next time. That's it. You're suing Blizzard. Add me to it as well. Does that include Overwatch? I don't ever play Overwatch, so I have no idea. Singularitarian, welcome, man. Or Diablo, or all these other games. Exactly. What is to say that they're not doing that?
Or frozen, or anything like that.
So again, if you missed this, because I just went on my rant, this extremely large company that does over 775 million in sales or profit every month. I think it was sales, but they do $175 million worth of sales every month for selling gold, and never once have they ever had any of their bots taken out. Anyways, here, let's how do I it's not gonna let me anyways.
But the most striking thing that they said is they haven't been banned on a single account, a single seller account, for 2 years, and they've not had any gold refunded or frozen or anything like that. And they have hundreds of accounts on all the popular realms on retail and on classic. They actually use their own self-written VPN software with anti-detection protocols to avoid getting banned. They farm gold on their bot accounts by farming reagents, clearing dungeons, and automated trade, but apparently don't sell that gold to people. That's just for their own needs. That's what they say anyway. I'm not 100% sure what they mean by automated trade, but I'm guessing it's selling items on the auction house. You know when you see these items for a really cheap bid price, but an obscene buyout price? This is effectively on there to scam people, because people will, if they're not using an auction house add-on, accidentally buy
okay. I think he's maybe also a little mistaken here. So there are items that are on the auction house. This is one of the ways. I don't know this because I never buy gold. They will put items on the auction house for a ridiculously high price, or they will ask you to put an item on the auction house for a ridiculously high price, and then the bot seller or the company will buy that item so you get the gold. So you can put like a whatever, like a some gray item or a copper bar that would sell for silver. You can put it on the auction house for like 10,000 gold. Guess who's buying that? Like, it's an agreement when you purchase the gold on the website that you're gonna do the transaction through the auction house. They'll ask you to put an item like that up on the auction house for the amount that you paid for gold, and then they'll go and buy it, and that's how they'll do the transaction. So it's multiple ways, but yeah, they also will try and scam people by putting like a copper bar up for like 1,000 gold. And when you're sitting there spamming that you're trying to buy copper bar, you won't realize that you just bought 5 of them for 1,000 gold each. So you got to be careful.
Price, but an obscene buyout price. This is effectively on there to scam people, because people will, if they're not using an auction house add-on, accidentally buy these items. It actually happened to me.
So I'll always use Auctionator, because Auctionator will come up with a warning and say, hey, there's a jump in price from like, 1 gold a piece to like 5,000 gold a piece. Like, it will actually like notify you. You should always be using something like Auctionator.
The other week, I spent 9,000 gold on a crystallized air because for some reason my auction house add-on wasn't running. Now, another interesting topic is the WoW token. I asked how are things different on retail now that the WoW token has been in the game for years.
The price of a Blizzard token is a measure of the value of gold, and pricing is derived from it. The token that game users buy is converted by them into gold, which they use to get services provided for gold, whose performers then sell us that gold, and we in turn sell it to our customers. The circle is closed. With the introduction of the token, profits have not dropped.
I just find this hilarious. Profits have not.
The only thing that has changed is Blizzard is now making money off of it. That's the only thing that has changed.
Dropped. This just proves, guys, that the WoW token is literally nothing. At this point, it's just a complete joke. I actually asked Overgear how much money they make. They couldn't tell me exactly, but they confirmed that they are making tens of millions a month. And that's crazy because they are essentially a middleman between farmer and buyer, taking 20% commission. They also confirmed that hardcore servers will easily be profitable to gold farmers.
If anyone like now, this is the one reason why I was really pissed off when Blizzard announced that they weren't going to strictly enforce solo self-serve or whatever for hardcore, because you're going to allow people to be buying gold and stuff from bots. Like, bots are going to be running rampant on this server because Blizzard doesn't do anything about them. They allow the fly hacking and stuff like that. Like, they'll be level 60 really quickly and be farming gold like crazy, and people will be buying gold. Like, how is this hardcore anymore?
Farmers and sellers, in fact.
And of course, a lot of the big, like, really, like, big, I guess people that are really pumping hardcore are some of the larger streamers. This has been pointed out with another guy's video who I, don't always see eye to eye with. But, like, there's some of the people that buy gold quite often.
Right now, there are bots on the hardcore PTR making profiles to ensure a very high
We've seen the bots in my stream today. Like,
survival success rate while farming gold. In fact, there are people fly hacking all over the place in Classic era right now. It's currently a very big problem. Or what they do is they go through walls, underneath dungeons, go to chests, quickly open a chest, reset the dungeon, and rinse and repeat. And as we know, there are barely any GMs support.
This makes me sick. Because you could have a GM sitting here and just tagging every single one that fly hacks, and just sitting there. Hundreds of them an hour, just tagging them. Look how quickly they're fly hacking. These are characters that are just getting created and immediately fly hacking.
In Wrath of the Lich King Classic.
Look at them. You can see 10 of them in one picture.
Classic era servers. So as you can see, the kingpins of RMT are definitely organized. You could argue they're even more organized than Blizzard themselves. Blizzard have stated...
You could argue this? Come on, man. You could argue that they're more organized than Blizzard? I have way more... I hate how botting has gotten in WoW. I have way more respect for how much better the botting companies work than Blizzard. It's not even close.
That this is an unwinnable war. That's straight from a blue post. Fair enough, that is true. As long as people can make money selling WoW gold, etc.
The problem is Blizzard is deliberately enabling bots and things in the game to make it easier for bots. Like the fact that we already saw that none of them are getting banned, right? This one company said they have not had an account ban in 2 years. But Blizzard is still allowing the boosts, the level 50, the level 60 boosts. Soon the level 70 boost when Cataclysm comes out. Like, they are literally putting things into the game to allow bots to profit at a much faster rate. And then they're not doing anything in-game. And like, why would they? Because if they actually were banning accounts, and now I'm 100% positive they're not. If they were actually banning accounts, you'd be paying people with profits, paying GMs with profits to ban accounts to reduce revenue. Like it's like a two-headed dragon. You're kicking your company in the butt twice to reduce you're reducing profit by paying more people and reducing revenue by banning accounts that are being charged a monthly sub fee. Like you can maybe understand why they're not. And on top of that, the people that are making these decisions are people that get paid in bonuses every year with stocks. And what makes stocks go up? Revenue and profits.
It will be done. But that doesn't mean Blizzard have an excuse to barely make any effort into mitigating the issue. The more they make the effort to mitigate the issue, and the less profits
that's just what I just said.
The industry can make, the better the experience will be for the player. Because obviously the consequences of all this going on is server economies inflating.
Yeah,
nobody wants to spend.
The people, Ryan's and other people have been trying to talk me into going to Classic Era, and then I learned that Black Lotus is already like 130 gold or something like that on Classic Era, and it's like that's 2 hours worth of farming, like for one Black Lotus. So if I'm raiding for however many hours per week, I've then got to farm Black Lotus for pots and all this other sort of stuff, or to buy flasks. I don't know how much a flask is for a mage on Classic Era, but that's absurd. Like, because it's so high up and I don't want to buy gold, suddenly I've got to farm for like whatever it is, 6, 8, 10 hours to be able to raid on my characters every week. It's insane. Like, it's like people are 230 gold for a flask. So if I'm making 70 gold in a really good hour on Lashers with my mage, that's over 3 hours of farming. Over 3 hours of farming for one flask. And what if I go through 2 flasks? Suddenly and what if I've got 2 characters? Suddenly that's 4 flasks. Like, it just multiplies, right? So suddenly people like me are like, well, if I want to actually be able to raid, I can't farm for 20 hours a week. Now suddenly I'm pushed to having to buy gold. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't want to play Classic Era. I want to play on a fresh server. That's why I've been promoting this Sanctuary private server that's coming out, because like they are actually saying that they're determined to get rid of bots by banning Chinese IPs, by banning VPNs, etc., etc. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if they're successful. So far, Blizzard has not been successful, but I honestly don't believe they're even trying.
10 gold on a potion of haste. Or potion of speed, or whatever it's called. Like, those things are
10 gold, man. 10 gold.
Literally bleeding me dry in the game right now. To believe that the WoW token is a tool to mitigate RMT is a...
Wait, what? 4,700 for a flash? What? These just came out, man.
Same as believing that Scotty J is going to stop drinking gin. It isn't true within the objective reality.
Wait, what was this shot at him?
Believing that Scotty J is going to stop drinking gin.
Scotty J is going to stop drinking gin.
The objective reality of the universe. If you think nothing can be done, you...
1.457 million gold. Okay, what was this? If you think nothing can be done, what did he say?
The reality of the universe. If you think nothing can be done, you're simply wrong. I'm talking to bot devs, anti-cheat warden devs, PhD students studying AI, and I'm also talking to a former World of Warcraft GM who worked at Blizzard for 12 years. All will be...
For privacy... Oh, so this is a former GM. There is no doubt if Blizzard actually wanted to do something, they could. There is no doubt that they could. But Blizzard does... They do not want... I don't know, you guys... Like, honestly... Oh man, I know Ryan, you're not like dead set against this shit, but other people that are like still paying to play like Classic Era, my account's just renewed for 6 months because I'm on that 6-month sub. But like when this new fresh WoW private server comes out and it's classic fresh, why are people not saying, you know what, I don't want to pay Blizzard anymore? Like, it's like insulting that they're actually just throwing this shit in our face and they're not doing anything about it. And then they talk to you like you're an idiot because they throw out all this stuff like, oh, you know, we did this, we banned 70,000 accounts. They're not doing anything. They're literally not doing anything. They're just treating you like you're an idiot.
Be revealed in future episodes after I've researched and interviewed people extensively. There will also be a full...
Too many people buy gold because it's so easy to do, Ryan, and they're not doing anything about it. Like, they're honestly not doing anything about it. If they actually made it difficult or impossible for bots to, like, run, and, like, in order to buy, like, 1,000 gold, it was $1,000, very few people are going to be buying gold. Very few people, because you can farm 1,000 gold relatively quickly. Like, it's just like they're not even trying, man. And that's why, like, I legitimately think Blizzard is just in cahoots with them. These guys that work for these large companies like Blizzard, we don't like them, but that doesn't mean that they're not smart or smart enough to realize that they can just sell gold through these websites themselves. You're right, they don't care. And I'll go one step further. I don't think it's not just that they don't care. I think that they actually looked at this as an opportunity to make a profit from the consumer, to sell gold on these websites and make a profit, and make a huge profit for Blizzard. I honestly think that they're smart enough to know that. I came up with it. Why do you honestly not think that somebody at Blizzard didn't go, hey, you know what? Like, remember back when Classic or Vanilla originally launched, and we were all in uproar because we were worried that the WoW token was going to come into Vanilla, and Blizzard was like, no, we're not going to come up with we're not going to have WoW token in Vanilla. Who's to say that during one of their board meetings that somebody didn't pop up and say, hey, we don't need the WoW token. We can just sell gold directly to the customer through these gold selling websites. And nobody would know. Nobody would know.
Interview version of this video releasing very soon, so be sure to subscribe, as I said before, so you don't miss future episodes. So far it's looking like this series will be a good meaty 8 episodes, but it could be even more because, like I said, people are just messaging me with more and more information all of the time. But anyway, my name is Metagoblin. Until my next video, ciao.
So yeah, I'm playing on the test server. Will I play hardcore? If my viewers want me to play hardcore, I will play hardcore. I will never pay for an expansion again. I already give Blizzard $30 a month for my and I encourage you guys to think the same way. You're already paying $15 a month for your subscription, and an expansion comes out once every 2 years. So if you're paying, what is it, $330 a year for, is that right? Sorry, $180 a month. Is that right for a sub? And times 2 years. Why are you not getting the expansion for free? Like, stop paying for the expansions. Like, just stop paying for it. Like, it's ridiculous that they charge $15 a month and they're making you pay for a sub. Just stop doing it. Anyways, that's the end of Metagoblin's video. I'll leave the link below. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave your comments down below. How do you feel about this gold selling crap that's going on? How do you feel it's going to accept hardcore, all that sort of stuff? If you watched my video and you enjoyed the commentary, you enjoyed watching an old man scream at the microphone, please do me a favor and like and subscribe to the video. We'll have plenty more for you. Take care. We'll talk to you in the next one.